Hey everyone, very important video today, okay? Blockchain is going to change everyone's life, okay? And if you watch this video, it could change your life too. Why? Because very few people have even heard of Ethereum yet, okay? Most people have heard of Bitcoin, but most people don't own it. And a lot of people are thinking about buying it, including billionaires, okay? But blockchain is going to change our lives. We just don't know which crypto yet, okay? But odds are it's going to be either Ethereum or Bitcoin. And if it's some other crypto, I will let you know. So just make sure you subscribe to my channel and I'll keep you updated, okay? Because this is all I do now, right? So all I do now is basically follow the latest crypto developments. So back in the day, back in 2008. I went all in Apple stock, okay? And when I say all in, I really mean all in, right? I put not only every dollar that I had into Apple stock, but I borrowed money to put into Apple stock, and I bought on margin, and I kept buying. When it would go up, I would buy even more. Now, I don't recommend that because I almost went broke on one in 2012 when it started going down. And when it recovered and started going back up again, I sold it all because I couldn't take the swings anymore, right? So that was my mistake. So the best advice I can give to you guys, life-changing advice, is don't ever sell, okay? If you have the right amount, you never need to sell. It doesn't matter how much you buy. You buy what you can afford to buy. But because of exponential growth, if you never sell, you can make a huge amount off of it, right? Some people bought just a few $1,000s worth of Bitcoin, and now they have tens of millions of dollars worth of it, right? They don't need to sell, right? There's no need. They can pay their bills without selling, right? So if you look at the great visionaries right now, like Elon Musk, right? Or Steve Jobs, right? They just had a few big ideas, right? And they stuck to their guns, right? Elon Musk, he's worth almost $200 billion because he didn't sell much Tesla stock. Zuckerberg could have sold Facebook when he was at Harvard for a few $1 million, but he stuck to his guns, and look what happened. Similarly, Ethereum still has room to run. It's still early. I mean, this is like if Ethereum's a rocket ship, you could think about it this way. They're still testing the rocket, right? And people that look into it are pretty sure this rocket's going to work, but we're not totally sure. And when we test launch this rocket and it's proven to work, which is likely sometime next year, I mean, the price is probably going to go up to the moon, basically, right? So the price will go up before we actually go to the moon, and then we actually go to the moon, right? So basically, once it's proven effective, then everybody jumps in. Well, then it's too late. That's where like a lot of tech companies are right now. I'm not interested in these tech companies that are worth trillions of dollars, right? Everybody and their mom are buying these tech stocks, Apple, Google, and Facebook, right? They're not going to go up 50 times. Whereas if you do the math, crypto has the potential to go up 50 times, right? Because I read one article that said if the Fortune 500 just puts 1% of their cash into Bitcoin, that'll drive the price of Bitcoin up to 500,000, right? And that's a scenario which is not just possible, but it's highly likely because of the way things are going. They're going to have no choice. Even people that are kind of old school and resistant to change and anti-Bitcoin, think it's a bubble, they're going to have to get involved because there's too much money to be made. Think about people that on Wall Street that work for Goldman Sachs that trade stocks, and they make money every day trading stocks. They almost never lose. There are probably a lot of shady things going on, but they're all going to be trading crypto, right? That's going to make the price going up too. They're mostly going to be long. They're not mostly going to be short, right? So you have visionaries like Elon Musk, right? So previously, the reason I went all in Apple stock is pretty simple. I believed in Steve Jobs, right? And also I could see what was going on in China. I was in China at the time, and I could see it was the biggest thing in China, even bigger than it was in the US. And that's before people knew it, right? But Steve Jobs is the main reason I bought Apple stock, Elon Musk is another such visionary, but I think that Buterin is the next Elon Musk. Okay, Buterin is the co-founder of Ethereum. Elon Musk manufactures Tesla, something people thought was impossible. People thought nobody could make an electric car successfully because there's been no successful automaker like to come around in the last like 70 years, right? They thought it was just a billionaires throwing money away, right? Well, now he's the richest man in the world, right? And so Elon Musk manufactures Tesla, but Buterin, I think, could be the next Elon Musk. He conjures Lamborghinis out of thin air, right? So for those of you that have had Ethereum since the early days, maybe you got in Ethereum at a cheap price and you just bought a little bit and now it's a lot. You're thinking, should I sell? Well, take it from me. Don't ever sell. My mistake is that I sold Apple stock too early. After Steve Jobs died, I kept it a little bit longer and then I sold it all. So I should have held on to some of it because, it still had momentum behind it, right? Companies like Apple and ideas that big, they tend to continue to grow, right? So Ethereum is like the biggest idea of them all, right? Cryptocurrency is a big idea, but Ethereum's an even bigger idea because they say that you can compare Bitcoin to like gold, right? So gold was a great currency, and like 1,000 years ago, I prefer Ethereum because Ethereum's like oil, right? So oil is more valuable than gold, but also more volatile because it may be like it may not really be like oil at all. It may be totally useless. But if it turns out that it becomes like the oil for the blockchain, well, it's going to be worth more than Bitcoin. And so if you're thinking like Ethereum may be able to pass Bitcoin, well, it's not going to pass. If Ethereum goes up to catch Bitcoin, Bitcoin's not going to be going down in the process. Bitcoin's going to be going up too. So Ethereum won't catch Bitcoin until somewhere around the range of 10,000, right? And I imagine Bitcoin would probably be about 100,000 at that point. Right? So they're both going to go up, I think. And Bitcoin is the safer one, but Ethereum has the momentum behind it. And that's why I like both, And if there's anything new that comes out, like if there's a new competitor, like I'll keep an eye on that too. But right now it looks like it's Ethereum's game to lose because if they go through with their updates successfully, a lot of these other cryptos that are only thriving because of the congestion on the Ethereum blockchain, they're gonna drop like flies because it's like having a 100-lane highway. It's like these side streets. When there's a lot of traffic on the highway, people take the side streets, right? So a lot of these cryptos are just like the side streets. They're useful because their transaction cost is low. But when the transaction cost of Ethereum is low, they're going to be useless, right? So that's why I would just stick with Ethereum, right? So we already have the demand. Once we have the supply, once we have the bandwidth to do all these transactions at low cost, I mean, all the utility of the blockchain is going to be revealed. So, I mean, unless you have some kind of financial obligation, like unless you just need to sell to pay the bills or you're buying a house or something, I would say just hold on to it. Hold on to it at least 5 or 10 years because, I mean, what are you gonna put the money in if you sell? What are you gonna do? Buy a new car? Is that gonna change your life? Is a new car really gonna change your life? No, but this might. This has a good chance to. Is there an investment that is better than Ethereum? I mean, possible, but I haven't seen any. There's a lot of stocks that I like, but I don't like any of them better than Ethereum. That's why Ethereum is actually my biggest position now. It's worth about as much as all my stocks combined. I hope that someday it'll rival my real estate position, but that's not going to happen anytime soon because I have a lot of real estate. But it's possible because this is great. You can make life-changing money with just a small amount of money, and it's all relative, right? So the amount of Ethereum that I hold, some people might think it's a small amount. Some people might think it's a huge amount. To me, it's a small amount because it's nothing compared to my real estate position. But it could be bigger than my real estate position someday, right? So just hold on strong. And if you have any questions, make sure you comment, and I'll try to get back to you in the comment section. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks.